Weekend is now over and I want to show you guys the wall that we just did, some attack strategies that you guys can use and how things can kind of come together to have more fun playing the game right now as the season is coming to an end. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. As I said, we have just finished the wall. We went perfect, I think, perhaps. Yeah, we actually went perfect. They did actually really well. They only missed 4 stars. It looks like it was on some random bases further down. So they basically had some unfortunate attacks from their lower tier players, which is completely fair. That it was a very good wall. Now, let me just check here for you guys. I want to show you the attack that I used and how you guys can use it as well. Now, coming into the first attack, as you guys can see, what I'm using is the Royal Champion with the Rocket Spear and the boots, and we're actually going in and seeing if we can take out an area of the base. But wait, there's more. Now, what are you guys seeing right now? If I count down from 3, 2, 1. There we go. So we're sending in the minion prints as well to clear out an area faster and then just recalling them together. There's a little bit with the timing here, as you actually need to make sure that they stay together, they stay clumped together so that you can use one recall spell to get them both. But let's just see how it goes. We take out a few key defenses right here. We also get the ricochet cannon, and then we can see that we had one more attack left from the minion prints and then it was over. So to make sure that they don't drift apart, we make sure that we recall them. Ice Golem down, some barbarians, super barbarians, cocoa balloons, root riders, healers, warden, all of it down. Queen, and we pop the ability immediately to get the giant down. We were probably supposed to send in a headhunter, but we didn't, but that is fine. We sent them down here for the Royal Champion. Now everything is in. The Royal Champion and the minion prince is also coming in together here. We're using the warden ability, as I just saw that we had a lot of troops that might need some healing. We didn't want to use the minion prince ability as of yet, so therefore we just went with warden ability. Now, as you can see, it's a very circular, spaced out base, which can cause some issues in terms of funneling, which is why I like this approach with using a Royal Champion charge, and then you can switch it up with some more fun using the minion prints on top of that. It's a lot of damage output, which is insane. If you get the minion prince, is what I'm trying to say, into the heal, you can see he just went way off to the side, so I kind of lost him. But if you get him into a rage, he will just obliterate everything. But as you can see from the top side, things are just basically just being down, nothing really there. Royal Champion on the bottom side is also doing good. And we have the Queen going for the Expo now. Unfortunately, the pet here is walking up and will be targeted by the ricochet cannon, and the balls will bounce off onto the Queen, the cannonballs onto the Queen right there. So she took quite a bit of damage, but that's fine. We have the healers on her. The cleanup on the right side here is going well. Some cleanup on the bottom side we need to handle. RC is coming in, taking out some of the defenses, distraction for the Queen, and I mean, let's just power through the rest of it. And I can show you guys another approach with the same attack strategy, but first let me show you guys the actual army in its full. Here is the army for you guys. For the minion prince, you can see we're using the angry jelly, and that's just to make sure that with the minion prince, she or he will attack the defenses as well. I believe this is actually a variation of the shock strategy. And the Queen, you can use pretty much anything. I like the giant, but we do have an ice golem going in front, and you can use the siege barracks as well. I sometimes like using the troop launcher just to get more troops in the middle. But if you use the giant, the troop launcher can go well with it, because then the Queen will go without the siege barracks troops and will be fine because you have giant, and the troop launcher will just reinforce your main push, and that will strengthen that. For the warden, I like using the sneezy just to make sure that the healers stay alive for longer. And for the RC, as you can see, we're using the rocket spear and the boots. You could potentially use the seeking shield. I just like, since we're recalling, having the boots on her is just better. Now, everything else is just kind of it. You can take some out, put some in. I put an extra healer in, some more super barbs. You can take out the apprentice and put in some more funneling or some more help for your queen. A lot of stuff could be changed here, but generally this is what I like. If you're using the troop launcher, there's a lot of variety that you can use to send in to the middle, but this is generally what I like to use. Replay number 2 here. Let's just see how we make the start of it. We're coming in from the very top side. A couple of attacks going out from the RC, because we want to make sure that they are timing it so that once the RCs have no more rocket spears, the minion prints will also be emptied out of those super attacks that he has. Now right here we saw that we could get some extra value by taking down the Inferno Tower, so we did that, and then I kind of just, you know, wanted to get them out of there while they were still together. Queen in with the Ice Golem, some extra barbarians or an extra barbarian down here to make sure that they go in. A head center will go for the queen, but that's fine. Main group pushing in and will poison the clan castle troops. A couple of headhunters that will obliterate the defending royal champion, and now everything is basically in just as the same. So let's just double speed through this. We overgrowth early to make sure that things go in towards the town hall. We freeze to make sure that we get the monolith early before the invis spells goes down, so that's a little extra thing that you can do as well. I saw that the RC and the minion prints went off on their own, so I just used a little bit of spell capacity to help them get more value. And there you can see we just wrapped around, took down the town hall, minion prints and the RC got quite a bit of value on the top, and there's not really much left here on the base. We still have a lot of giants, root riders, queen, yetis and all of that, and we also still have the ability, because we didn't actually need to use it, so that we were super fine here, even though it might look kind of tight. But yeah, I don't even know to use the ability. Yeah, I think auto ability perhaps even. There we go. Let's go out and actually perform live. This looks like a pretty decent base. I'm actually not, I think it's like over a day since I've been attacking on my main here, so I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't practiced this. I've done no warm-up attacks, so do bear that in mind. But I feel like we should probably just take out this side right here. So let's use the royal champion. 3, 4, I believe that's good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Do they actually take that out? They might. There we go. I'm just going to recall them, because sometimes I've delayed the recall, and what has ended up happening is that they, you know, just kind of go to either one of their sides, and you know, I lose them, and yeah, it's horrible. We don't want that. Let's wall break in. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I want to say let's wall break them in. I obviously mean the queen. Troop launcher down. Let's use the minion prince ability here, and let's rage up. Should probably have used the queen ability, so let's just do that. Now let's use the warn ability before the minion prince dies off. I think this looks great. We still have 4 invisors, so I'm going to use that up here just to protect the queen a little bit. Now a freeze is probably going to be good right there, so let's do that and rage up. I'm raging a little bit on the back end to see if I can get the healers in there, but unfortunately they just went off to the side. I'm going to invis them, however, and the minion prince, just to make sure that we don't lose them. That actually looks kind of decent. Well, we lose the minion prince, but that's fine. Can we get this down? Maybe not. Let's actually, the king is just a distraction, which is annoying. We still have 2 invisors, so it's not really a problem. It's just like, when do we want to use them? Let's use the archer on the top side. We can just invis right here. That's probably fine. RC is healthy, queen is healthy, warden is full health as well. There's like, everything is in here. There's nothing else on that could kill us besides the disarm, actually. We also have the cane on the bottom side, so that's cool. There we go, guys. That's a really nice. I'm gonna let it 3-star. Actually, I'm not gonna let it 3-star, because I don't want 20 trophies. It's so hard dropping trophies. This is a 3-star. Don't even dare saying anything else. Now, one of the things that I've seen can go wrong is choosing the wrong entrance. And I will try and see if I can pick a wrong entrance and see if we can still make it work. Now, wrong entrance would probably be Not the clan castle, but that, because that would be a good entrance. Maybe from the top side towards the king, or maybe from this side right here, because then we're actually not really creating a funnel. So let's try and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like so. I think I still have the timing wrong because I feel like I'm wasting quite a few of attacks. Let's just take them out and let's reinforce down here. Then we're going to send in the queen from the top side and maybe do like so. This looks great. Now, we're basically just supposed to go in right here, which I don't like, but I mean, we kind of have to. So let's just do it. I'm going to use the minion prince ability early because we picked such a bad entrance point, just to make sure that we don't, lose every single troop before we've even, started the attack. Now, to recover this even more, we can't overgrowth down here because then everything is just wrong. We can use the warden ability though, which is fine. Let's overgrowth down here. We kind of need to, which is unfortunate, but yeah, that's just how it is. We lost the queen because, the disarmor, which is point of why this was a bad entrance. The queen handling the disarmor on her own is terrible. It's horrible. She can't really do that. We have the cane though, which is awesome. There were no defending clan castle troops, which is cool. But now the stuff will start to get wonky as things split up. Minion prince is targeting the Yeater. RC is on the top side right here, but it still looks good. It's a really OP attack strategy, guys. In my opinion, at least, it's a very strong attack strategy. Basically, anything that revolves the funnel with the RC, and then you can put it with the minion prince. Recalling and then sending it in, and the queen on the side, and the root rider. So anything with that type of style, you could switch out root riders with titans, have the yak on the warden instead. You can do different things, but the root riders are obviously really strong attack strategies. Well, that's it, guys. I don't want to take any more of your time. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. The link to the army will be down in the description. Other than that, I hope you've had an amazing Easter, and I'll see you guys very soon. Cheers.